of LTTE chief Prabhakaran's 12-year-old son shot in the chest comes to light that could embarrass Sri Lanka as it fights a resolution on human rights in the UN. Sri Lankan government hits back saying the footage is doctored.
This is also unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and has not been checked by any authority.
AIADMK Presidium Chairman E. Madhusudanan promises that Chennai will be free of power cuts soon.
இன்னும் 3 அல்லது 4 மாதத்திற்குள்ளதாக இந்த மின்சார பிரச்சனைக்கு தீர்வு கண்டு விடுவார்கள்.
Judges adjourned the Irula women rape case for another 3 weeks, accused the government of trying to postpone the proceedings. Corporation budgets with income and expenditure worth over 2,900 crores passed with a focus on education and health. Late evening. A lot has been happening both locally and internationally. We bring you all of that during the next 30 minutes as you're watching News Tonight with me, Linda Hercules. But first, a quick look at the national headlines. Was the Mohali semi-final fixed, and is a Bollywood actress used in the fixing matches? ICC is likely to announce a probe after sting operation by a London paper. Prime Minister says he's confident of the numbers in the House, says it will be a smooth session of Parliament. Industrial output sees a welcome though surprising jump for January, up to 6.8 from 1.8 in December. And 40 Kingfisher flights get cancelled today after several pilots report sick protesting against non-payment of dues. News in detail. While the resolution against Lanka proposed by US in the Human Rights Council meet of UN is going on, Britain's Channel 4 comes up with a shocking video where LTTE leader Prabhakaran's 12-year-old son Balachandran's body, stripped to the waist and with 5 bullet holes to the chest, is seen. The footage is expected to be aired on Channel 4 on Wednesday at 10:55 p.m. This footage makes the resolution against Sri Lanka in the UN stronger than before. But the Sri Lankan High Commission in London claims that the footage is doctored. While all this is happening, India still remains unclear on its stand with regard to the resolution.
Few pro-Tamil groups who have been very actively campaigning for this kind of a probe against the Lankan army, Lankan forces for what they call as war crimes and human rights abuses during the final phase of the war. They say this expose only vindicates their claim that there was large-scale war crimes and human rights violations, particularly during the final phase of the war against the LTTE, in which the LTTE leader, his family and so many others were killed. And although this particular footage and the picture is yet to be authenticated and verified, they say it's certainly a shot in the arm for them, and now it mounts more pressure, according to them, on the Indian government to take a clear stand on particularly the US-sponsored resolution against the Lankan army, Lankan forces, particularly on what they call as human rights violations. And so far, Indian government has indicated that it may either toe the line of the Sri Lankan government or, to play it more safe, may abstain from the whole proceedings. And now they say India should take a call. But on the other hand, there are many people who say that this may not have really much of change on the ground, because this may make headlines now, but on the ground the US sponsored resolution in the UN is only asking the Sri Lankan government to implement the recommendations made by its own government, what they call as the Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Committee, and that they say would not bring about the truth, because they say in the final phase of the war more than 40,000 Lankan Tamils were allegedly killed, bombarded, and only a probe by an international agency in a transparent manner will really bring out the extent of the human rights violations what they allege. But interestingly, Shweta, in Tamil Nadu, the Dravidian arch rivals, both Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi, have asked the centre to back the US resolution, and we are waiting for some kind of response from these parties to the pictures, the footage which have emerged now.
What do you think of these new allegations that Prabhakaran's young son, 12-year-old son, was killed in cold blood by the Sri Lankan forces?
Oh, that is by Channel 4. This is the second time Channel 4 in UK has come up with such allegations. Like the first set of productions, this is also unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and has not been checked by any authority, and we think it's concoction. And we would not welcome that, because that part of the war is unclear what happened. It was a conflict, and for that purpose to set up some examination of what happened, Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission has made some recommendations, and government and our parliament is now in the process of looking at those things and take step by step measures as they recommended. And we want homegrown solutions, and we are a democracy for last over 60 years, and we are responsible government, and government leaders have to get elected, so they will do these things step by step like other democracies, like let's say India. And we don't need this extra regional intervention in our region. We can very well work with India and our friendly countries, and we'll find solutions.
Okay.
This is all uncalled for.
Moving on, with just a week to go, election campaigning in the Sankarankovil constituency is on full swing, with a band of 32 ministers campaigning for the ruling AIADMK's candidate on one side, and the opposition strongly focusing on power cuts and price rise on the other. DMK Treasurer M.K. Stalin began his campaign in the constituency today. DMDK Chief Vijay Kant began his campaign yesterday and criticized AIADMK and DMK alike for the power crisis. He alleged that both parties, which have been in power for more than a decade now, did not implement power projects with a long-term vision. Our reporter Ram, who is in Sankarankovil, spoke to the AIADMK Presidium Chairman E. Madhusudanan, campaigning in favor of AIADMK candidate Muthusselvi. He says the power situation in the state will improve within the next 3 months, and soon the state will be devoid of power cuts.
சங்கரன்கோவில் தொகுதியில் இடைத்தேர்தலை முன்னிட்டு அனைத்து கட்சிகளும் தீவிரமாக பிரச்சாரம் செய்கிறார்கள். அதிமுக ஏற்கனவே பிரச்சாரத்தில் ஈடுபட்டு வருகிறார்கள். இந்த அதிமுக அவைத்தலைவர் திரு மதுசூதன் நம்மிடம் இருக்கார். அவரிடம் ஒரு சில கேள்வி கேட்போம். சார், இந்த இடைத்தேர்தலில் அதிமுக தேர்தல் களம் எப்படி இருக்கு சார்?
புரட்சி தலைவி அம்மாவுக்கு மிகுந்த ஆதரவு இருக்கின்றது. மக்களிடையே புரட்சி தலைவி அம்மானுடைய நிர்வாகத்தை பாராட்டுகின்ற முகத்தானும், அவர் மக்களுக்கு செய்திருக்கிற தொண்டினை குறித்தும், இந்த மின்சாரத்தை குறித்து கடந்த காலத்தில் கருணாநிதியினுடைய நிர்வாக திறமையின்மையின் காரணமாக 91-96 புரட்சி தலைவி அம்மா அவர்கள் ஆட்சி காலத்தில் மின்சாரம் அறிவர தரப்பட்டது. அதே போன்று 2001-2006களில் உபரி மாநிலமாக மின்சாரத்தில் அண்டை மாநிலத்திற்கு மின்சாரத்தை தருகின்ற அளவுக்கு நம்முடைய மின்சார உற்பத்தி நன்றாக இருந்தது. ஆனால் 2006லிருந்து 2011 வரையிலும் கருணாநிதியினுடைய நிர்வாக திறமையின்மையின் காரணமாக அவர் அரசு கோப்புகளை பார்ப்பதற்கு மாறாக கோடம்பாக்கத்திலே உட்கார்ந்து கொண்டு தன்னுடைய கடங்களுக்கு கதை வசனம் எழுதுவதில் கண்காணித்தாரே தவிர அவர் நாட்டை பற்றி கவலைப்படவில்லை. தன்னுடைய வீட்டை பற்றி மட்டும்தான் கவலைப்பட்டார். அதனுடைய எதிரொலி தான் இன்றைய தினம் இந்த மின்சார துண்டுக்கு வீட்டுக்கு காரணம். புரட்சி தலைவி அம்மா அவர்கள் இன்னும் 3 அல்லது 4 மாதத்திற்குள்ளதாக இந்த மின்சார பிரச்சனைக்கு தீர்வு கண்டு விடுவார்கள். மத்தியில் இருக்கிற காங்கிரஸ் ஆட்சி வேண்டுமென்றே நம்மளை பழி வாங்கி கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அதற்கும் புரட்சி தலைவி அம்மா அவர்கள் மிக விரைவில் ஒரு சீரான முடிவினை எடுப்பார் என்று கூறி முடித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். வாய்ப்பு நன்றாக இருக்கிறது.
எதிர்கட்சி தலைவர்கள் போன்ற பல பேர் சொல்றாங்க, பல கட்சி உறுப்பினர்கள் சொல்றாங்க, அதாவது ஆளுங்கட்சி சேர்ந்தவர்கள் அதிகார துஷ்பிரயோகம் செய்கிறார்கள் என்ற ஒரு குற்றச்சாட்டை வைத்திருக்காங்க.
நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க? வாட் டு யூ ஃபீல்?
இல்லை, இது அவர்களோட கேள்வி தான்.
அவர்கள் சொல்லுவார், எதிர்கட்சிக்காரர்கள் குற்றம் சாட்டுவதற்காகவே தானே இருக்கிறாங்க, இல்லைன்னா அவங்களுக்கு விலாசம் இல்லாதே போயிடுவாங்களே. அதான். நன்றி.
The big budget talks are on as Chennai Mayor Saidai Doraiswamy presented his first corporation budget. This is the first time in the history of Chennai Corporation that an AIADMK mayor is passing the budget. Education and health get a large chunk of the corporation's 2,921 crore rupees budget for the year 2012 to 2013. The corporation, in a drive to increase the admission rate to their schools, plans to start 30 new English medium primary and middle schools this academic year. Additionally, a career guidance center and libraries would be set up in all higher secondary schools. The corporation also plans to set up 11 new dental clinics to ensure that every zone has a clinic. A new hospital will be set up with a specialized leprosy center at Mandambakam to benefit the residents of South Chennai.
9ஆம் வகுப்பு முதல் 12ஆம் வகுப்பு வரையிலான மாணவர்கள் நுழைவுத் தேர்வுகள் மற்றும் போட்டித் தேர்வுகளை எதிர்கொள்வதற்கான தயாரிப்புகள், அணுகுமுறைகள் மற்றும் வேலைவாய்ப்பு வழிகாட்டு மையம் அமைத்தல் 9, 10, 11, 12ஆம் வகுப்பு முக்கியமாகும். இதனால் காலத்திற்கு உகந்த கல்வி, வேலை வாய்ப்புகளை அறிந்து மாணவர்கள் படிக்க இயலும். அறிவிப்பு: மேல்நிலை பள்ளிகளில் கல்வி கற்று வேலையுடன் வேலை வாய்ப்பினை பெற ஏதுவாக இருக்கும். அறிவிப்பு: சென்னை மாநகராட்சி பள்ளிகளில் 6, 7, 8 வகுப்புகளில் பயிலும் மாணவர்கள் ஆங்கிலத்தில் பேசவும் உரையுள்ள வாசிப்பு திறனை மேம்படுத்துகிறது. குழந்தைகளின் அடிப்படை அறிவை வளர்க்கிறது. சிறந்த முறையில் பள்ளிகளில் உரிமைகள் வழங்கப்படும்.
The Chennai City Police have proved their mettle again as they seized unaccounted cash to the amount of 7 crore from a businessman. Based on intelligence reports, the police raided the house of Nagarajan, who was into the business of home appliances. Bags of unaccounted cash hidden at his residence in Thilai Ganganagar were seized during the search. The police have registered a case and are investigating. It is also suspected that Nagaraj has connections with Hawala gangs.
Joint Commissioner Shanmuga Rajeshwaran needs no introduction, especially after the Velachery encounter. Now it's a big catch. So please tell us, how did you get the information, and please tell us about the seizure.
First of all, I like to clarify Salim's introduction that the Velachery was an exchange of fire which we have not foreseen. It has happened at the spur of the moment and situation warranted. And coming to the point, we have received a reliable concrete information that some incriminating materials are stored in the particular address, that is on 16/4, 25th Street, Telangana. Then we have adopted the due formalities for the house search, and during the search we found about 7.2 crores of rupees stored there. And when we asked for the accounts and how these monies have been gotten on that, initially we were not able to say the proper accounting. Then after sustained interrogations, and he has been saying that occupier of the house has been saying that he has been in the lottery business 1981 onwards, and now also he has been doing some consignment from Hyderabad, Delhi and other thing. And in the course of consignment, few consignments he has taken and distributed to various places. And through that source the money has been earned. And not only he but his friend on Murthy also indulged in such a business. And the money, their cumulative money, Murthy and the Nagarajan's money, he has confessed. It has been seized and he has been arrested after that. And further probing is on the subject.
Sir, and what will be the future course of action, sir?
Future, the investigation team, the Assistant Commissioner of Madipakam has taken over the investigation, and he will continue the investigation of the case.
National news awaiting you after a short break. Stay tuned.